tonight. President Magufuli launches a state-of-the-art library at the University of Dar es Salaam. Search for bodies resume in Lake Victoria. Mtibwa gets off to a good start in the Confederations Cup. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Let's get started with the national news. President Dr. John Magufuli has launched the main library of the University of Dar es Salaam, which has the capacity to accommodate 2,100 people at the same time. The president also launched the meeting hall, which has the capacity to accommodate 600 people and was built at a cost of more than 90 billion Tanzanian shillings. Speaking with hundreds of people, leaders, students and ambassadors from 16 countries who attended the ceremony, President Dr. Magufuli called upon UDSM's leadership and lecturers to ensure that students in various levels are equipped with the qualifications which justify them to be awarded degrees.
Kwa hiyo ninawapongeza, lakini nitoe wito kwa walimu.
I ask you lecturers to continue to be strict as far as studies are concerned. Cheap degrees are not needed. A degree must be a real one. A university degree is respected throughout the world. Please let it not be just an ordinary one. Since we came into office, we have built 20 student hostels with a capacity to house 3,840 students. In Sokoine University of Agriculture in Morogoro, we gave out 2 billion shillings to build a multi-purpose laboratory, while 700 million has been given to build students' cafeteria with the capacity to serve 400 students at once. 2 extra billion shillings has also been given to build students' hostels to house 700 students.
Mheshimiwa Rais, maktaba hii itakuwa ni chachu ya kuboresha kiwango cha elimu.
Honorable President, this laboratory will be a catalyst to improve the quality of education offered in the country and will aid the desire for research and innovation, essential element in meeting your fifth phase government desire of building an industrialized economy.
The revolutionary government of Zanzibar has paid 1.3 billion shillings as compensation to farmers residents in Mangwapani, where a new port for ships transporting oil and natural gas will be built.
One of the things we insisted upon was that there should be no one left behind. It has been common practice when carrying out an evaluation for some to be left behind. But this was not the case this time round, for we kept going back to make sure that no one was left behind. This will be good for ships bringing in oil or gas, so our institution has been nominated to start off the process. Later we shall hand it over to others to continue, but we are all doing this on behalf of the government, and the government is doing this on behalf of its people. Money should be given to the people directly using the right system. I will not agree for money to be paid into their accounts.
The Minister of Industry and Trade, Joseph George Kakunda, has said that the government values and supports local investors due to their contribution in bringing about economic development and providing education in the country. Minister Kakunda said this in Dar es Salaam when visiting the offices of the Managing Director of IPP, Dr. Reginald Mengi, where he commended him for creating and starting various factories at a time when the government intends on turning Tanzania into an industrialized country. Recently, IPP Media started new companies, IPP Touchmates, that will create mobile phones, IPP Mobile, which will assemble vehicles, as well as IPP Pharmaceuticals, which will create drugs.
I'm here to commend him because of his good foresight. He's going to start manufacturing vehicles right here in Tanzania in partnership with Hyundai and Youngstone from Korea, and they will be manufacturing big lorries and buses made in Tanzania for the first time since independence.
Made in Tanzania, hiyo itakuwa ni kwa mara ya kwanza tangu tupate uhuru. Kwa kweli ni jambo ambalo ni kubwa sana.
Inaonyesha tu kwamba rais wetu anatujali.
It is clear that our president cares and wants us to do well for our country. And my hope is that with the new system, we'll make progress. Honorable Minister, I ask you to convey our gratitude and congratulations to our President for caring about us.
People from the pastoralist community of Lemioni village in Monduli district, along with education stakeholders, have completed construction of 3 kindergarten classrooms at a new school in the village, asking the government to help them register as a primary school so that students can avoid walking long distance past areas with wild animals to get to a school that is very far away from the village.
Students used to walk 6 kilometers to get to school in all seasons, but also there are wild animals such as lions, elephants, etc. But also during heavy rain season there is risk of floods and fast-moving rainwater. We have camps set up to encourage children to read every Saturday at least for an hour so they can learn reading, writing and arithmetic. We have also installed tanks in schools so the children can have a safe environment to learn in. I shall work with the municipal council to make sure that students in this school get teachers who are qualified and that they will be given assistance needed.
Construction of Ubungo Interchange Road has stopped today after almost 500 workers went on strike, claiming various things, including improvement of their salaries and being given their contracts.
Tatizo kubwa lililotufanya mpaka leo tumeamua kugoma ni kuhusu maslahi yetu.
We are striking today because of poor work conditions, but also our employer has not fully recognized us as his employees. We signed contract of employment a long time ago, yet we have not been given back copies of employment. Also, our terms of employment is not permanent. We recognize them as members of our staff. This is just a misunderstanding because we have always submitted monthly contributions according to the law, such as NSSF and WCF and others. They are also paid according to employment laws of this country.
The Office of the National Identification Authority, NIDA, in Mtwara has handed to residents of Chuno Ward 1,856 identity cards, causing cheers and celebrations among residents of the ward who thanked the government for fulfilling their promise.
I'm so happy because now this is an assurance that I'm truly Tanzanian wherever I go. I was so eager to receive one. It has a lot of benefits. For instance, if you want to post bail for, say, a relative and you have a voter's ID card, you are normally asked to provide a letter. This particular ID has a lot of information stored in the system, so I urge you to take good care of it.
Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has laid the foundation stone for the Imalabupina Chwankima water project in Chato district, which is worth 8.28 billion shillings, and urged leaders of Chato district to ensure that the project is completed on schedule. Prime Minister Majaliwa said that the government, via President Dr. John Magufuli's campaign dubbed Ensuring Women Stop Fetching Water with Buckets, will make sure that people in all areas of the country are supplied with clean and safe water. The Prime Minister made those remarks when he was speaking with Tanzanians in Nyamirembe village after inspecting and laying the foundation stone for the water project on the first day of his tour of Geita region.
They must go now and show farmers on how to prepare farms for planting and also on how to take care of their crops. Farmers need professional advice. We don't want our farmers to farm anyhow anymore. In future, with increase in population, this land will no longer be able to produce enough to feed the entire population. We want for Tanzanians to produce more with small piece of land through modern farming.
The government has directed all councils in the country that have not formed children's councils to do so immediately so as to create a safe environment for children to learn. The Minister of Health, Community Development, Gender and the Elderly, Umi Mwalimu, gave this directive in Dar es Salaam, where she emphasized that the government is supposed to work together to oppose abuse against children.
Times have changed. There is no way a male relative visits and you allow him to share the bed with your child. Despite of your poor circumstances, it is better to share the bed with your own child. We must not trust them. Children are raped and molested by people close to the family. That is the honest truth, and we must not be ashamed to speak about this.
And therefore we should all have confidence in each other that we can rise up beyond all of those obstacles that we have to achieve something great in our society. And that may not be public. You may not be a millionaire, you may not be Millardayo that becomes famous. That's okay, because if your family and your neighbors and your community knows that you've achieved something great, that is what should make your heart feel fulfilled.
And that's all for national news. International news is next.
Wizara ya Viwanda, Biashara na Uwekezaji kupitia Mamlaka ya Maendeleo ya Biashara Tanzania, TanTrade, inawakaribisha wamiliki wa viwanda vidogo, vya kati na vikubwa kushiriki maonesho ya 3 ya bidhaa za viwanda Tanzania kuanzia tarehe 5 hadi 9 Disemba 2018 katika uwanja wa maonesho Mwalimu JK Nyerere, barabara ya Kilwa, Dar es Salaam. Lengo la maonesho haya ni kujenga jukwaa la wadau wa sekta ya viwanda na biashara kujadiliana, kubadilishana uzoefu na kutangaza fursa zilizopo katika sekta hizi. Aidha, maonesho haya yatatoa fursa na hamasa kwa Watanzania kutumia bidhaa na huduma zinazozalishwa na viwanda vilivyopo nchini. Tafadhali thibitisha ushiriki wako kwa kupakua fomu kwenye tovuti www.tantrade.go.tz. Kwa maelezo zaidi, piga simu namba 0715484452 au 0754265822. Hakuna kiingilio kwa watembeleaji. Tanzania, sasa tunajenga viwanda.
And in international news, hope in finding more bodies of people who drowned in the boat accident at Lake Victoria has continued to increase, with the Parliament of Uganda promising to make changes to the marine transportation law.
And we want to extend the area of operation.
We want to extend the area of operation because for the last 2 days we have been concentrating near the scene of the accident. However, we are thinking that the waves have pushed some of the bodies farther
away.
An international conference on the economy and water resources known as Blue Economy has entered into its second day in Nairobi, with the President of Seychelles, Danny Faure, challenging African countries to protect water sources. President Kenyatta also called on world nations to unite to deal with environment destruction that is causing climate change.
Our continent is the second biggest continent in the world, with a total coastline of over 26,000 nautical miles, including its islands. 38 out of 54 countries on the continent are either coastal or island states. As African countries, we are all beneficiaries, one way or another, of the blue economy. That Africa all avenues of sustainable investment in the maritime sector. Whilst the blue economy presents an opportunity for Africa to achieve greater growth and prosperity for our people, we are also conscious of the challenges.
Third, we need to protect the environment. We must continue protecting and preserving public green spaces. Pollution and waste management is the greatest threat from all our cities. Inefficient transport systems and buildings produce about 50% of the greenhouse gases, contributing significantly to undesirable climate change. This requires urgent attention from all of us all over the world. One of the biggest resulting threats to cities around the world is also the sea level rise.
Despite promises made during parliamentary campaigns in Rwanda, complaints have been made against members of parliament who were elected 2 months ago for not visiting their constituents nor listening to their problems.
The last time I saw them was during the campaigns. Since then, I have not seen any member of parliament or even seen any political party leader paying us a visit, even a single visit. In short, they have separated themselves with us. Duties of political parties are many. During the campaigns, these parties are seen closer to citizens, and thereafter elections, most of them focus on fulfilling pledges they made to the citizens, making all members of parliament from all political parties staying away from the citizens, because at the end of the day, all MPs are at the parliament on behalf of the citizens.
A commander of a rebel group, Tabo Taberi Cheka, has been taken to court in Goma, DRC, for allegations of war crimes at Walikale area in North Kivu.
He led a group that owned weapons, and he still has his partners. That we are calling for security so that his arrest should not cause any harm. It is his right for him to speak to people that he trusts, and the ones who could understand his side of the story and defend him in court. When he was asking for his lawyers, nobody denied it.
And that's all for international news. Do stay with us. We'll be back with business news after this break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand.
You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back and on to business news. The National Dairy Board has said that in ensuring the sector contributes to the growth of the economy, they have come up with strategies to grow the economy in the sector. This includes placing small-scale livestock keepers in cooperative unions so as to promote productivity.
To our farmers, it is about time now we move on and cooperate with institutions that can give us capital for developing this sector, but also make sure that our pastoralists use modern technologies.
Teknoloji zote ambazo zinahitajika muhimu wanapata
ili kukidhi mahitaji ya maziwa.
In order to fulfill dairy demands, it is important for people in this industry to collaborate together. Because, for example, a dairy processor needs 200 liters. X village can produce, let's say, 3 liters. This means that the village supply will not be enough.
Mango farmers in Chifukulo village, Chamwino district in Dodoma region are taking steps to resolve the problem of mangoes spoiling in farms following the government's decision and working with investors for production of a modern mango processing factory that will be a saving grace for the farmers.
In this case, then it means that we cannot have industries if we do not have raw materials. Luckily, the government cooperated with you in preparing the mangoes farm, and it is doing well despite all challenges. Today, we have managed to hand over 175 title deeds. As a project, our aim is to not only support citizens to get title deeds, but rather the title deeds should be used as a tool of investment.
The Minister of Agriculture, Japhet Sunge, said that the government will make sure that the consignment of fertilizers in the port of Dar es Salaam is taken quickly so that it can be distributed to farmers in time and meet the goals to increase production.
More than 2 weeks now, there has not been any offloads because of scarcity of offloading infrastructures at the port. This is a huge loss to farmers. I will speak to the bodies in charge to speed up the process because the fertilizers are needed urgently. Our government truly cares for us. We are here on behalf of farmers. However, through this opportunity, we have come to realize that all challenges that farmers face also ends up affecting traders. We as Yara, we do value farmers.
And that's all for business news. We'll be back with sports next.
Hi, my name is Kotaro Tokuda.
What's up? My name is Céline Garnier.
I'm John Barnes from Liverpool Football Club. The hip, hop, a hip it, the hip it, the hip, hip, hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang bang boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear?
I'm watching Sports Gazette.
I'm watching Sport Gazette.
And you're watching Sports Gazette
with Sebastian.
With Sebastian. Peace out.
Yes! And you can also watch Sports Gazette for highlights and interviews regarding sports. Do not miss Sports Gazette every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
And on to sports news. The Tanzania Football Federation Cup holders, Mtibwa Sugar, have gotten off to a good start in their campaign, defeating Seychelles Northern Dynamo by 4-0. Jafari Kibaya scored a hat-trick in the game that was played at Azam Chamazi Complex, with the 4th goal coming in from Rifat Hamis. JKT Mbweni and Prisons Queens women's netball teams are in a good position of heading to the Union Cup semis after finishing top of their groups in the group stage.
After we are done with the group stage, we will cross-check where the winner in Group A will play with the runner-up in Group B, and the winner in Group B will play with the runner in Group A. And after that, we will get winner and B who will play to get the third place finisher.
In what will be the 10th edition of Dubai's Globe Soccer Awards, Cristiano Ronaldo, Kylian Mbappe and Antoine Griezmann have been nominated for the Best Player prize.
The winner will be announced at the ceremony on January 3rd, 2019, in association with the 13th Dubai International Sports Conference organized by Dubai Sports Council. Globe Soccer's chief executive Tommaso Bendoni made the announcement. The 10th anniversary of the Globe Soccer Awards is a special milestone, he said. Cristiano Ronaldo, who won the Champions League last season, is a four-time winner of the award and has been shortlisted on 8 occasions and will be looking to win for the third consecutive year. However, he will be competing with 2 World Cup winners in the Paris Saint-Germain and Atletico Madrid stars.
The Golden State Warriors have defeated the Orlando Magic by 116 to 110 at Oracle Arena last night. Here is more on this story.
The winner will be announced at the ceremony on January 3rd, 2019, in association with the 13th Dubai International Sports Conference organized by Dubai Sports Council. Globe Soccer's chief executive Tommaso Bendoni made the announcement. The 10th anniversary of the Globe Soccer Awards is a special milestone, he said. Cristiano Ronaldo, who won the Champions League last season, is a four-time winner of the award and has been shortlisted on 8 occasions and will be looking to win for the third consecutive year. However, he will be competing with 2 World Cup winners in the Paris Saint-Germain and Atletico Madrid stars.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. On behalf of everyone who worked to prepare this bulletin for you, thank you for watching and have a good night.